you know what? If she's just going to go over there and, like, lay down.
We were friends
then
until she turned off Moto Monday. Guys, sorry, but I was making friends with Liz's dog, and she decided that she wanted to hang out on the power cord and shut down all of Moto Monday.
And we were just talking. No, you are not allowed to move. We were just talking about that before the show even started. Like, yeah, it's cool if your dog's here, but if she turns off Moto Monday, we might have to exchange some words.
Oh, I got so many messages right now.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, the dog hit the power cord. The whole thing, just shut it on down. But
what do you have to say for yourself, Tilly? Speak.
We'll get everyone back on.
Yeah.
Anyway. We were talking about it's more attractive for a guy to be fast.
Which puts you in the...
okay, so I have an opinion.
Category.
And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's not fair. No, I think we're getting deep Joe Rogan style here, okay?
Oh, I love it. I love that guy.
I think it is natural to, especially for women, to be attracted to someone who is a winner.
Absolutely.
Someone who is...
It's almost primal.
Well, we are primal. We can tell... we can tell each other whatever we want, but it's not true. We are primal, and primal instincts stick around for a long time. It's like racism. I fully believe racism is because, dating back to when we were truly tribal, and, if someone came in that looked different, was from a different tribe, we don't know what kind of diseases they have. We didn't know if they were typically meant an enemy.
Is it an alien?
Well, alien
That's
to
so
them.
rude.
Alien
I'm
to
gonna
them.
shut up now.
So I think it's kind of naturally there's a bit of racism, and we're gonna have to take a while to fully flush that out of our system for the new way we live. But I think the same thing goes for attraction. People are attracted to people who are successful in whatever it is they do, and especially I think women are attracted to a guy who is
more successful and doing better in life. Absolutely.
Especially if it does involve something physical. You know what I mean? Like fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Like the guy who wins all the MMA fights.
Well, you have your pheromones and everything, too, which is scientifically proven that women can be more attracted to the pheromones that men will put out when they're sweating. So if it's something that's physical, then those are put out.
Super interesting. Yeah, they actually did I'm trying to remember, it's been a while, but they did a smell study, and they took how do I put this nicely? Like the computer nerd guys, and had them work out, and then they gave their shirt, or they took their shirts, and then they took bodybuilder guys or athletes. After they did a workout at the gym, they took their shirts and they had women smell them, and they were more attracted to the athlete guys or the bodybuilder guys. Yeah, so there was something there. The whole pheromone thing too,
Pheromones.
This is a complex thing that we should probably not get fully into on Moto Monday.
I could nerd out on that all day.
Yes, we could. We've had some fun talks about just oddball stuff because you're a nurse. I'm just a rabbit hole guy.
You're a nerd. You are a complete nerd when it comes to anything that's like medicine, disease processes.
I'm a nerd.
Oh yeah, you're a complete nerd. It's fun to talk to because it's fun to nerd out with somebody.
But aren't I like every doctor's and nurse's worst nightmare? Someone who actually tries to talk, don't you hate the person who comes in and actually no, well, I saw one time.
Well, if you're
Google.
yeah, I Googled on WebMD that this is, that can't, it has its time.
Don't go to WebMD. If you go there, you'll find out you're dying.
Oh, exactly.
20 different things.
We get it. Oh my goodness, do we get it all the time. That's when I kind of just sit there and I chart and I pretend like I'm listening. I'm like, yep, I'm just charting. Okay, well, the doctor will be in just a minute. We'll see you shortly. Since you clearly have diagnosed yourself, I'm just gonna screw myself off now.
I'm a little torn on all that because on one hand, I think there's a lot of hypochondriacs.
Oh, yes.
You know way more than me.
Yeah.
You know way more than me being in that field, but there's a lot of hypochondriacs out there. However, on the flip side, okay, so I hurt my arm. It's been a bit over a year. I dislocated my elbow and it completely tore. What's the proper term for this muscle? The forearm is. Come on, smarty pants.
I know.
But if you guys won't be able to see on here, but if you see when I bend like this, it's all caved out here, and I completely tore the muscle. Concaved. Yeah, I completely tore the muscle here, and I got weird...
That is going to drive me nuts.
...nerve damage, and all these issues, and it drove me insane, because I went to a physical therapist. I drove over an hour, waited in the little room with the magazines and the kid toys for 45 minutes. She spent... I checked my phone. She spent all of 7 minutes with me, and I asked her, like, real questions, because, like, I Googled it, like, okay, so... should I really not be put in a sling this and that? She's like, yeah. And then I asked the next question. She's like, oh, hang on. And she goes on her laptop, and I like peek around. She's on Google. I'm like,
honestly,
you've got to be kidding. You're not Googling this right now. No, and I'm like, you know how hard it is for me to get out of work and to like drive all the way. I hate driving through Portland too. I hate driving through Portland. You made me come all the way out here. Sure enough, the next 2 questions, she's Googling. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's frustrating. But honestly, I don't doubt it. There are some things that we just don't see enough of every day that, like, a lot of our doctors have their books open. That's a very odd one,
but, like, I can Google, too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I understand an adult having a dislocated elbow is a very odd, rare thing. Okay, I kind of get it, but,
Moto?
Like, why did I waste... Well, okay.
Why'd you waste your time? Yeah.
Okay, so the actually, why I got so much... Sorry, guys, ignore the noise over here. But
it's going to blow up, isn't it?
My printer in the corner is making noises. Why I actually had so much damage to my arm is because my doctor, when I got taken to the hospital, had never seen an adult with a dislocated elbow. They just assumed it was broken. She's like, we see kids with it all the time. She's like, never adults. So it was out for like a couple hours. And so with an elbow, it's like, you know, it's way different than a shoulder. A shoulder, you know, just kind of pops out.
Your AC joint pops.
Whereas elbow, it's a hook. So it has to like come around the hook in it. So
well, because your humerus comes in.
So it's it did some serious damage because no, like you're an adult. You normally just break it.
True.
Well, apparently I got a little bit of Gumby in my bones, and I know I'm not the only one. I know a couple different guys racing motos how it happened, but my arm got sucked up into a tire, so that's what like jerked it out. But because they left it out so long, that's why I got all messed up. But it's just like, I hate feeling like I'm wasting my time going to these people because they're not giving me anything. And
totally valid.
But totally I also know, though, I try to remind myself with a few times I go to the doctor or hospital, like, these people went to school for a long time.
Doctors go for about 12 years, depending on what their specialty is.
Long time.
Oh, yeah.
How did we get into this?
It's a wonderful question.
This is my problem. I go down these weird rabbit holes. I start talking about my arm because all this weird Franken arm thing going on.
Nurse something.
And you're a nurse, and I actually have someone I can talk health stuff with.
And it's driving me nuts.
Have what?
How we first met, maybe.
What's driving you nuts?
I can't remember what that muscle is. And that's gonna drive me nuts.
We'll just call it a muscle.
Oh, okay. That helps. There's a muscle right here in your arm.
I got a couple muscles on me, and I'll just call them all muscles. I got one on my foot, and I got a couple leg ones.
There's some in your heart. There's just
Isn't the heart a muscle?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have like a bunch of cardiac muscles.
Yeah, lots of muscles. Moving back to motocross.
Anyways. Now that my dog is completely passed out and isn't going to turn off anything.
Yeah, I think that is a first. I've never had a pet turn off Moto Monday before. I've had Moto Monday problems where it's me or my equipment or Joe. Actually, I think Joe's been pretty solid. He's not here today.
If intern Joe was here, that probably wouldn't have happened. Intern Joe, you're letting us down. I'm just kidding.
But this time it was a dog. That's a new one.
My bad. Tilly Mae, you're in trouble.
So you were just on TV. You just had a whirlwind of a weekend.
I had a
going out to
Supercross.
What now?
I got this now.
You've now been on Moto Monday.
I've now been on Moto Monday. It took me a year.
I don't think our reach is quite the same as NBC, but maybe someday.
I believe in you. I have full faith in you that it could get that big.
We're at episode 89. Faith. That is seriously crazy to think because, first off, they say most podcasts, what is it, like 15 or 20, don't make it to there. Like, everyone and their brother has a podcast these days. Like, literally everyone has. Oh, I'll just do a podcast. All you have to do is talk into a microphone.
Vlog stuff, yeah.
Or there's vlog, yeah. It's crazy to think that we've made it this far as people who are not audio or video people.
You've made it work, though. I mean, everything, all the equipment that you have in here is amazing.
You've watched how many
from
shows
your
have gone
cell phone.
wrong. Honestly, the few things that were the huge help to all this was some of the, well, that doodad over there and the camera that we're not using today. But, you know, it was a lot of work, and we're not audio and video guys. This came very slowly and unnaturally to us. But we're going to keep it going. And it's crazy to see different people and different, like, at different tracks and stuff that have watched it. And there's been times they're like, maybe I should just shut it down. But running into some of those guys, like, we love hearing about it. And the whole reason I started is I think it was a good way to connect people. Like,
especially people in the Northwest.
For an example, you were just on NBC Sports for Supercross and Make Up to Mud. You're a Northwest girl. However, you only got 2 minutes. You only got 2 minutes to get out there. You're now on here for an hour for a podcast, and if you want to stick around for the after show, however long that goes. Oh,
heck yeah. I got to see Reese. I got to see my buddy Reese. Hopefully he brings my girlfriend.
We'll see. But, you know, we get to actually get to know you a bit more. And I've gotten known, like, a lot of different guests on here. People I've, like, known, quote unquote, known for years, but we've never just sat across from each other and had, like, a long conversation. Like, when Joey Lancaster came on here, like, man, I haven't talked that long with Joey in years. Like,
he's so fun.
We were able to have, like, this long conversation going to when he was, like, you know, a kid, how to get into racing and just different things. You get to know the people in the industry, and
it's a community. It makes moto, and especially in the Northwest, more of a community, which is kind of what I talked about in my segment a little bit, how the Northwest really came in and just became a family in a sense. And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing, is you're bringing people together, which is very admirable. Very admirable.
Yeah, it's you get to know the different people, and I want to bring on different people who have interesting stories, you know, like you were just on the Make Up to Mud. I would like to have a medic on here. I've had track promoters, like, you know, a lot of people that are almost quote unquote unobtainables, people that, like, you know of, but you've never really been able to have, like, a conversation with. And this almost, like, gives them an opportunity, you know what I mean? And that's what I like.
Totally.
And that's what it kind of helps keep me want to do it, is you get to know more about all these people who help. They're all just small cogs in the whole clockwork. I hope this analogy works. The cogs in a clock, right? There's cogs in a clock? Yeah. No, let's use a bike one. Gears
Please
in
use
a
a dirt bike so
transmission.
that we can understand this.
Gears in it, like cogs and gears in a transmission. Like, you need all these different ones in there to make it all spin, and gives an opportunity to get to know some of them, you know?
Absolutely, which I think is wonderful. It gives a better opportunity instead of just having a whole entire day of filming, and those from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., all of that filming in 2 minutes. This actually gives a, like, more intimate, if you can say, like, more in-depth.
For it, yeah. Get to know you a little more. So
totally.
What else should we know about you, Liz?
What
do you got that's super interesting or spicy?
I'm not a cool person. I'm a sassy person. That's for damn sure.
You don't have anything really interesting or spicy to throw in, like, you know, racing plans, or do you plan on...
I'm going to do all of the Ridge stuff, because I might have
seen an announcement about that. So you're what, Miss Ridge MX?
I am Miss Ridge MX. Yes, sir.
Are you going to wear, like, one of the Monster Girl type outfits? Or do you know what you're wearing yet?
You know, I talked to Courtney, and we want to make...
Your dog left.
Okay, cool. All right. Bye, Tills. Have fun scrounging for stuff. We want to make sure that it's professional, because there's going to be little kids there, and we don't want it to come off as raunchy. We want it to come off as more, like, I don't know how to put it, like, more professional yeah. in a way, but still, like, you know, as a promoter girl, we want it to make it look pretty in a way, more like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, like, just black jeans or black leggings or something with some, like, high boots and, like, a crop top t-shirt. Nothing that's, like, totally raunchy, nothing that shows off too much skin. So we still want to make it a family event and something that, like, little kids can still come to, because there's still the 65s and 85s. We want to make that still something that they can enjoy.
See what happens. I get you a couple, like, trophy girl gigs. Now look at you.
Yeah, you gave me a trophy girl gig that I got massive anxiety over.
The Mountain View one or the pit bike one? or both?
I think pit bikes. It was pit bikes.
The pit bike one gave
The
you
pit
anxiety?
bike one gave me. I left early.
stressful day.
Yes, that's right. It was
day.
the pit bike one because I left early because I had a panic attack because I was
Will
too
you do it
stressed
again this
out.
year?
Yes, if it's more organized.
We weren't
I
ready.
love you, but
We
that
were
has
not
got to
ready.
be more organized.
Oh, we were so unprepared. Did you see Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. Well, you
my
had
office girl
such a-
Charlotte was just like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Because I was
Which was
expecting like
wonderful.
60.
You had like what 200?
We had over 200 entries. And
Yeah.
like, we don't have enough
Which
trophies.
is wonderful.
Everyone was
Absolutely
changing their
wonderful.
numbers. And I was just like, here we go. Oh my gosh.
Into the storm. Here it
I
is.
was like, I did not. Well, this time it's going to be easy. Actually, I can't say everything on camera right now, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Be a
like,
little bit more organized.
we got a few
kind of thing.
things that'll make this run like clockwork, but we just weren't
Wonderful.
ready. I didn't even bring out my full crew. I brought out a super light staff. I was like, I'm already putting up $1,000 for the pro purse that came totally out of my pocket. No sponsors pitched in on that. That was just out of my pocket. So I'm putting up $1,000.
Dang.
I have to, all this other costs for all the thing. I'm like, I don't really think I'm going to make a dime. And so I was like, I can't bring out my full staff. I can't bring out all the flaggers, all the different lap counters. Like I needed to go with a light staff just so I don't totally, just bend over here. I need to, I need to make it work. But like I brought in a light staff. And then when I was looking around and they're all rolling in like, oh no.
I remember that. You were just
What?
looking at everybody that like rolled in. You and Charlotte are just standing like, we are not prepared for this. We do not have the flaggers for this. We
About
do not have
triple
Oh,
what
yeah.
I estimated for a pit bike turnout. It was insane. I was like,
Which, hey, kudos. You did a wonderful job of
well,
promoting
glad to know
it.
I can still promote a race, yes. But I wasn't already. I was so stressed. Thankfully, everyone took it really well. I gave out a ton of T-shirts and everything. But
Yeah.
yes, this time I'm bringing out the full staff.
Okay,
we got
perfect.
a few things.
I'll come back. I mean, if you'll have me.
And everyone's been asking me for the date. I just got to confirm with Dan, guys, and we'll get you a date. But yeah, it was fun, but it was hectic.
It was a blast. I still had a great time, regardless of the anxiety, which had a lot to do with other outside aspects as well.
You and Angel were some of the raddest starter girls. 30-second
Angel is
girls.
my girlfriend, by the way. Angel's not dating somebody else. Angel's dating me.
I'm pretty sure she's not. Unless it sounds complicated. I think that's Reese's girlfriend, but okay.
Sorry, Reese. I'll let you have my girlfriend.
Reese in the background, like, yeah, that's fine.
No, I just love Angel. She was so much fun to work with, and she's just a rad
Both you
chick.
ladies were honestly rad.
Well, good. I'm glad that it was a good time. We had a great time. Her and I just joked and BS the whole time. It was great.
Yeah, the Pit Bike National, and then we had you come out and do the Mountain View Awards, and now look at
That
you in
was
this
so
Ridge. And what else you got up your sleeve? You got anything fun planned? Are you going to do like another show?
Yes, so I'm actually going to be part of Angel Competition Bikinis fashion show. And what they are one of the biggest bikini sponsors for all of the NPC and IFBB pros. So they're this big bikini, not sponsor, but maker, whatever. I can't think
Now,
of
are
the
we
name.
talking like swimsuit kind of bikinis or like the
Competition
competition?
bikinis.
Which those are a lot of money, aren't they?
Yes. The one that I paid for and the one that I competed in was $500.
Whoa. Hold up.
Yeah. The teal
Whoa,
bikini that's like, 3 little triangle pieces was $500, and that's a cheap one.
You're telling me
That's just the bikini.
that little hunk of fabric.
Little tiny piece of fabric is
I'm in the wrong business.
$500.
Why am I selling T-shirts
What
for
are you doing?
$19.95?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're telling me that bikini was $500 and that's on the cheap side?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
For the love of all things holy on earth, you got to be kidding me.
That
I had
does
no
not
idea. Okay.
include like your hair, your makeup, your tan, because
Yeah,
you have
okay.
to pay for the tan.
Another
that's there.
question.
Question.
I have lots of questions.
Answer.
Those tans. I know they look
That are
good under the lights,
and that's
but
all that it's meant for.
yeah, everywhere else, especially like in the changing rooms, you look like
An Oompa Loompa.
yes.
We look like Oompa Loompas. The only thing that tan is meant for is to be on stage to present your muscles in the best way possible. Because if I were to go in looking like an albino like I do now, my muscles wouldn't be as prominent as they are when you're tan.
And I get that. And I've yeah.
Totally.
I get that. But what is that a spray tan? Is that a real tan? What is it?
It's a spray tan.
Is it a certain kind of spray tan?
Every event and every location has their own spray tan sponsor that comes in, and you are required by that area NPC regional thing to get that spray tan. So then everyone's on the same exact platform. So then you kind of come in at a more level playing field. So you can't get like a darker tan.
Gotcha.
By
so
something.
You still have to pay for it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and that was $125.
Oh, is it a special kind of formula?
Not really. It's just really dark.
If you go get a spray tan at the local, I don't know, whatever, like, I can't even think about
like a local tan salon.
Yeah, they're not $120.
No, but it's the darkness of it and how intense it has to be.
It's literally one step away from blackface.
Oh, totally.
It's gnarly.
I completely agree with that.
I have a few friends who
completely
done these,
agree.
And I look at them like, especially like their Instagram stories and stuff when they're at a show, like, okay.
I'll have to show you a couple of mine because it's an Oompa Loompa and blackface. You just look silly. But it's totally not meant to look aesthetically pleasing to just an iPhone camera. It's supposed to be aesthetically pleasing to the, like, probably a couple hundred lights that you're under when you're on stage. Which is crazy.
That seems like a lot. I mean,
well, then you have your shoes. Which
whoa. Okay.
Okay, there's still more that goes into this.
You have to have special shoes.
Oh, yeah. You have to have 5 to 6 inch clear shoes. So you have to have basically stripper shoes. You are not allowed to step on stage with anything else other than clear 5 to 6 inch high heels.
How much do those cost?
Mine were only $50, but they were used.
What about the guys?
The guys have it pretty easy because they can come in barefoot.
And
if
board shorts?
If it's I think it's just regular physique.
Or wait.
There's
now
different classes.
There's like
different classes.
Ones.
Uh-huh.
Could I do
those
one?
are the absolutely. If you go in as just like the regular.
This is one of those things I would never tell my parents, but like
you've got some great veins and some good muscles, so
not exactly. I don't really got much of a physique right now. I'm definitely not going to be taking my shirt off on this Moto Monday. But
oh yeah, take your shirt off.
No,
I haven't said that yet during this.
We almost made it to the end of the episode before you threw that in. Good job, but no,
you
keeping
love
my
me.
shirt on.
You love me.
Debatable at times. But yes, I know I'm a little veiny and stuff, but I'm definitely not anywhere where I'd be taking my shirt off in public or on a show. But like,
yeah. But
if let's say I wanted to go do it, okay?
Yeah.
You knowing me just as I am now.
Totally. 12 weeks.
What would I have to do to go do one?
Minimum. Bare freaking minimum. 12 weeks, hardcore diet in the gym every single day.
What kind of divisions do they have? Do they go by weight? Do they go like natural?
It goes by height.
Oh, it goes by
It
height.
goes by height and it goes by class. So it goes by
like how
natural physique, classic physique, figure, and then bodybuilding. So for the men, there's like different options. There's the ones that have the board shorts where you don't really have to worry about your quads or your hamstrings. You have to worry about your calves a little bit, but you don't have to be in like the man thong one. And then the next step up is
I'd really rather not get into a man thong.
Well,
this is hypothetical.
I love you, but you're never gonna be good enough to compete unless you want to just inject yourself with a hella steroids every single day for the next 2 years.
I could easily do.
Oh, then by all means, go for it.
But I have zero interest. I actually have really zero interest in these competitions. Are so foreign to me. But now I'm trying to like learn something. I'm curious. Like
totally.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think that you would be able to. Honestly. You would be able to be
anyone can go sign up. It's just like sign up for a race. Anyone can sign up to race. But if I wanted to go do one and not get laughed off stage, I need to do 12 weeks of hardcore training, which...
Minimum.
So what do you do? Like 6 weeks bulking, 6 weeks cutting? Like, what are we talking here?
No, we're talking about like 12 weeks of pure cutting.
Well, cutting's not that hard.
For a man, it's a lot easier.
Oh, well, yes. For guys, it's way easier than for a girl. I cannot believe we're talking about this in Moto Monday. But, it's a fun way to end the episode. But just purely cutting body fat, is not as hard as actually having a good physique and properly put together muscle.
Which is what those 12 weeks really entail, and what that
it's
comes
really
into.
hard to like try to put on muscle and cut at the same time. You know, it's like different habits.
Lean muscle gain. Oh yeah.
Yeah, lean muscle gain is the most complicated thing in the world.
Absolutely. That's why not like every Joe Blow can go and sign up and actually be competitive. Of course, you can sign up and stand on stage, and it's still admirable to be that what am I trying to say? Vulnerable to get up on a stage like that and be judged by complete strangers on how they think that you're supposed to look, but you're not going to be in a competitive realm by any means.
Yeah, I mean, because I like, for example, just we're talking to me personally. Like, if I wanted to go do one, which I really don't have an interest, other than the fact it'd be funny to say I did one. You know, but like, I mean, I know I could get lean at several times in my life.
You're already lean.
I've gotten down to 8% body fat, like for no reason other than I was just doing a lot of cardio, different kind of things, and then like I literally, you know, full like deco scans and everything. Like, yeah, I got down that lean. However, I didn't have the physique of anyone who would go on like stage. It was just lean. It was just lean. It was not like the things that they're all, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they're definitely put together different when they're going to do those things.
It's more aesthetically pleasing because we focus on every single muscle group, and it's balanced. It's not just one muscle group that's heavier than the other. So it's give and take here and there. How did we get on this topic too?
Well, because I had questions. I've never been to one of these things. It's something you've done. You've showed interest in. You've talked about you want to do one.
That's right.
And I'm curious. I don't really know how a lot of all this works.
So
other than you guys look like Oompa Loompas.
Oh, yeah. It's all just a ton of training, diet, behind the scene meltdowns. And then you get on stage and it's you're like 5 minutes and then you're done. But it's totally an adrenaline rush, and it's amazing. Best thing ever.
Tell you what, I will do one if you do an MMA fight.
Shut up. Done. Pinky promise, done.
Pinky promise through the air.
Yes.
If you do an MMA fight, I will do a, what do you even call it?
An NPC competition. National Physique Committee.
Okay.
Done.
If you go into one of my worlds and you try a fight.
I can let out all my rage from my post cute little comments from my makeup to mud. Take all that out on my anime. I will go do one of these. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah.
I am going to get blasted on Facebook tonight. Everyone's going to be like, what are you doing?
You're going to be my trainer, right? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
I would not trust me to train you in MMA. I would show you the right coaches, but I am definitely not good enough to say I should train you. Like, not at all. Okay. I will show you. Actually, there's a picture of a guy right there that would make a good coach. There we go. I will find you
like right behind, but I've seen it.
That guy's name is Austin Springer. He has a gym just down the road. I will find you the people. I know some amazing people in MMA. There is, especially if you go to Portland. Oh my gosh, there's some amazing.
That's where I'm in.
Gracie Baja. There's Gracie Baja there. Like Impact Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of amazing people. I know a lot of talented people in MMA industry. I could show you how to do it, and it's going to be cheaper apparently than this Oompa Loompa bullshit you do.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, oh, that's how we got onto it. Because what am I doing next? I have my fashion show that's June 15th that I'm prepping for right now. They gave me like a 10% discount just because I'll be representing their brand. It's only 100 girls in the entire nation that got picked. There was 4,000 that applied, and I'm top 100. So they gave me like 10% off on their bikinis. I have like a 25% off on the shoes. And then I have to figure out my own hair and makeup, which should be pretty dang easy at this point. But that's how we got on it. But yeah, dude, I'm totally down.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to talk more about this on the after show. I have one more question, though, before we shut this down. And we'll be back with our after show, guys, in just a few minutes. We're going to get some more hot wings. We're going to get Reese in here.
I haven't even gotten to my first plate.
Liz, how do you stay so positive? Because you've been through some stuff, and I'm not going to go even into everything on here, but for the amount of time I've known you, you've definitely been through, it's kind of like Ken Roxon, just bad luck. You know what I mean? And you're a positive person. Like, it's almost like a contagious level of positivity. You're very human about it. It doesn't feel fake. It feels very real. Do you even know? Do you have a secret? Do you have a formula? How do you stay positive through all this? Because you're one of those people, you run into the track, you're always smiling, you're always having a good time. And
I'm just happy.
You know, I actually only thought about this today. This was the only thing I have prepared for this entire show. I want to ask you that question because I was thinking about people, and man, this has nothing to do with dirt bikes, but I don't care. It's my podcast. I was thinking about how I was talking to this one friend, and like, I decided to scroll up through Messenger, just scroll up through their messages. And it's like negativity. It's literally nonstop, just upset about what, and that's like that's all our conversations are. And I think about a lot of people, and a lot of conversation in 2019 is just sharing stories of negativity, or like, oh well, this gossip, of course, mixed in there. Well, this person said this or that. Oh, but
he said, she said,
I know they won that race, but we all know they got a mod motor in that thing. Their dad paid for that. Whatever. Like, just nonstop it's negativity. That's, break it all down. It's negativity, and it's almost getting to the point where there's not a lot of positivity, and a lot of people think if you're being positive, you're being fake.
No, yeah.
They think it's fake because they're not used to it. It's almost like everyone's chasing this real. People like real. That's why people like jump off bandwagons. That's why people hate Conor McGregor. It's because they don't like popular. They don't like
happy, because they're so unhappy with themselves, and they're so upset and so depressed with their own lives that they cannot wrap their brains around someone else being so happy and so positive with whatever they're going through in their life. It does not matter what that person has gone through, even if it's just some random Joe Blow that's just like riding dirt bikes, just totally normal, or someone like Ken Roxon who has been through the ringer. The person that's negative is so unhappy with themselves that they cannot fathom that there's any kind of positivity in the world whatsoever, and it's heartbreaking. I am
very fair. So
sad for those people.
You're someone who, I mean, I've definitely seen you in some not so positive moments.
Called you crying many times.
In general.
Actually, I think it was twice, but.
In general, though, I would consider you a very positive person. And considering everything you've been through, especially getting cancer very young and battling through that, still, like, you're a positive person. What do you got anything to tell people? Like, what makes you a positive person?
Honestly, I think that I don't have like a formula of this is what you do to stay positive.
You were not ready for this, and I apologize, but
you know what? It's something that Daniel Blair and Ralph Shaheen and Ricky Carmichael all asked me. They're like, how are you so damn happy? And I think it's just, I was raised a Christian, and I was raised in a very homeschool-esque, keep it on like the lighter side of life. So I think that having the Lord as more of my guidance through everything is what's kept me on the positive. Like, you know what? I'm going to be able to get through this. Like, no matter what happens to me, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's kind of what I've clung to. And I've used that in more of a way of whatever makes me happy, which is dirt bikes and competing. I cling to those. And I almost, kind of like Conor McGregor, I become so obsessed with it that I just engulf myself and I make my own happiness. And I put myself in things that make me happy, whether I'm good at it or I suck, which is dirt bikes. I suck at dirt bikes, but I have so much fun out there. I can guarantee you that no matter what happens that day, I'm having a blast. I'm just happy to throw my leg over the dirt bike and be out there on two wheels where I feel free. Because it's just something that's so relaxing and you don't have to think about anything else. It's just you and your dirt bike out there. And even the same thing with being competing. It's just you and all the hard work and determination that you put into it. Finally on a platform where you can be like, I did this. This is something that I'm proud of. which is really just kind of something that you have to internalize in yourself and kind of ignore all the negativity and take out all the comments of people who are so unhappy with themselves to say that whatever she's going through isn't real, and just knowing your own truth and what it is that you're going through and clinging to that and knowing exactly what is true and what's not. Because I'm the only one that knows exactly what I have been through and how gnarly it has been to go through all that. Because obviously my mom went through the same thing. So it's a hereditary. I had the gene, which is why everything was so much more prominent. Mom went through the same thing 6 months after me.
Wow.
So it's just been like kind of one punch after the other. But it's just been more of a like, do whatever I possibly can to get myself through the next day. Whatever I can do to make myself happy. Because there's nothing positive and there's nothing, how do I want to say this? There's nothing good that's going to come out of someone being like, woe is me, I got in this car accident, or I got in this sickness, and hands up in the air, everything's gone, and everything's a mess, and everything's awful. Like, okay, what is that going to do for you? What positive thing is that going to do for your life? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if you have a mindset of, cool, this sucks, all right, let yourself feel for a little bit, move the F on. Get yourself over that in whatever way possible, and you're going to have a way better outcome, no matter what. Life is going to be not all rainbows and butterflies 100% of the time, but if you can get yourself through those rainy days on your own, you can tackle anything. At least I feel. But I don't have a perfect formula, but I kind of have a more.
One, but I love that. I love it, and I think that's an excellent way to end the podcast. I love it, and I think more people should really maybe look to go down that path rather than the negativity and complain every day.
Yeah, there's nothing positive that comes out of it. Nothing. Nothing's good. Nothing good's gonna happen in your life if you're playing the victim card 24/7.
Amen. Straight fire to end the podcast, guys. We're going to be back with the after show. Liz, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, finally.
We're going to get some more hot wings, and we're going to have an after show. I feel like this one's going to be fire as well. I don't know where your dog went. We're going to find it. Oh,
Tilly.
Literally, I said that. You're the dog that you cannot see was the one who turned off the podcast earlier. Sorry, guys. But we will be back. Thank you for watching and listening.
Say bye.
Moto Monday number 89. Oh. And she is. Do you have anything to say? Do you have anything you want to tell people? Like maybe sorry for turning off the podcast?
Speak.
Yeah, that's the best we're going to get. Well, guys, we will see you soon. Liz, thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course.
I really appreciate it.
Guys, we'll be back in just a few